All right, we're cool. All right, good morning, everybody. It's Julian Jackson here and Shane Tracy, the virtual open house guys. And of course, we're live streaming. Today's 24 August 2024, and we're going to be showcasing D.R. Horton Homes today. Shane, you want to take it away?
Man, I tell you what, I'm excited, really excited to be with you all today, and especially to showcase this community. This is just a power-packed session of all kinds of different options that you have available to you right now, right this moment. There are homes available in this community, and there are, as you're going to see, many options on price point and features and all of that. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait, Julian.
All right, outstanding. Well, let's get going. All right, now there's a few things we want to get into before we jump into the inventory itself, because we want you guys to know exactly why we're here, what we're doing to help you, to make sure everybody that we work with understands why we're the people to work with. And we start that off by, talking about, first off, why you would want to sign with us, or when you do, what do we offer? What do we offer that's different from everybody else? We're going to talk about the new buyer agency requirements, because some things have happened and you may or may not have heard about it in the news, or you might see it on the internet or stuff like that, but it's kind of a big deal. And rather than leave people in the dark and not let you know it's coming, we'd rather be very transparent and share this information with you. Then we have some free resources we're going to share with all attendees. We have the San Antonio map for people who might be out of town and not sure where some of these places are located. Even if you are in San Antonio, you may not know where these homes are located. Then we're going to share. We're going to start literally getting into the inventory, the amenity centers, what makes Riverstone from D.R. Horton such an immaculate community for you to even consider living in. And then we'll jump into the incentives, more about the inventory that's available for the specials and earnest money requirements. And guess what? Don't forget, we got a gift card drawing that's going to be coming. And then we'll take your questions after each virtual tour. Shane, anything you want to add?
No, we got a lot to cover, guys. Sit back, relax. We'll do the work.
All right, there we go. All righty. You can go ahead and share with us, saying when they sign with us, what kind of things do we do that are different than everybody else out there?
Well, number one is going to be transparency. That is the ultimate first step, is making sure that you understand our role, you understand what we have to offer, you understand what the steps are in this process. And I would say the next thing is that right out of the gate, we are looking at ways to save you money. We want you to have more money in your pocket, right, not less. This is a big deal. Buying a home is a massive change in your life for the better, definitely for the better. And so we want to make sure that you keep as much money as possible. I think that's I do know that that's the first steps here for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. And with that being said, some of the stuff that we're going to be able to do for you guys that is going to put more money in your pocket, we first want to know what you're looking for. Now, as experts, once we hear your requirements, there's going to be things that you may not know that we do. And so we're going to share those. You may describe something in your mind that you think is the ultimate way to go. And we're going to say, maybe, just maybe you want to try some off-market properties, maybe pre-market properties. Maybe there's price reduced homes that you won't even believe are price reduced. And we're going to share those with you. What about even the lower monthly payments? I mean, a lot of people don't think about it, but the interest rates where they are right now, if you're not thinking about lower monthly payments, it's probably because you don't understand how interest rates work in relation to the price of a home. So we're going to talk about that today. And with D.R. Horton, they got this unbelievable special. The interest rates are at a place right now where most people never thought they'd be for maybe a year or two. So when we share what they are, I mean, Shane, what do you think about what we're going to share?
Man, I can't wait to let the cat out of the bag here and let you all know. I think you're going to be having even a better Saturday. I do believe so.
Yeah. And if you're in the market for a house, this is going to be it. I don't know how they're able to do it. I kind of do. It's a bulk buying process, and everyone knows that you can buy in bulk, you can get it at a better price. So you're going to find out how much these interest rates can lower your monthly payment. We've seen where someone with an 8.25 had a $2,600 a month payment, and they were able to get to a 4.99 interest rate, and that payment dropped to $2,059. So over $550 difference in monthly payment for the same priced home because they're able to get a better interest rate. Now, you heard me say 4.99. Without giving it away, I can just tell you it's lower than that. So we'll keep moving. All right. And then, of course, student loan forgiveness. Now, me and Shane have seen how great this program works for people. Shane, how good is this student loan forgiveness program?
So first thing first, it is what it says right there. There are actually programs in place that have been in place for many, many years that just most people don't even know are there. And we have uncovered a fantastic resource and a fantastic step to take in order to take advantage of these. And at the end of the day, what that's doing is saving you money, in your monthly payments to your student loan debt. And of course, that frees up more money that you can use towards your home.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love
it. The craziest numbers I've seen, we had a young lady who she said she'd gotten her PhD. She had about $160,000 worth of debt. And she said within the next 2 months, her student loans are going to jump up to about $1,000 a month. And now she's going to have to start making the payments back. We turned her over to the company, right? And she's just like, I don't know what to do. I really want to buy a house, but when these payments start, I don't even think I'm going to be eligible anymore. I was like, well, we have a resource or a company that we work with, and they take care of this stuff for us. Don't know how much help they can be, but let's give it a shot. They went from $1,000 a month down to $200.
That's all right. That's awesome.
You're right. She's in tears. She comes back a couple of weeks later and she's like, I don't even know what to do right now. Like, totally understand. It's okay. But the bottom line is it freed up $800 that she can now use to go toward a home. So some of the things that we share are way beyond this. We tell you how to put more money in your pocket, why it might be more beneficial to actually take some of the advantages of zero closing costs, zero money down, and leave that money in your bank. And then if we have a way to help you with student loan debt and even credit issues, a lot of times people think, well, I don't know if I can afford this house. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is if it is we like to go from a scale of 1 to 10, but we've had people say, oh, it's my 11. That's my 12. And I'm like, oh, I don't want them to miss out on this. And it's a couple of $100 more than what they were thinking. And you're like, all right, how do we help them? Well, one of the easiest ways is just to remind them when it comes to your credit, if you're not already in the best shape with your credit, paying your bills and paying them off faster will help. But guess what it also does? It frees up money. Let's say you're only a year away from paying your car off. And they're like, yeah, what's the payment on that? It's $450. So if you pay it off in a year, you just freed up $450. That's right. So if you got the money in the bank, divide that by the 200 extra months. So let's say you don't come up with 10,000 out of your pocket that you're expecting to. Take 10,000 divided by 200. That's how much money you have to pull from while not depleting your emergency fund and not depleting your savings. And then you think, okay, I might not even have to use that because I'm going to free up $450 in a year because I paid off my car. And then what about credit cards? You pay those off, there's more money freed up. So when you have the motivation to buy a home, it's going to encourage you to take steps and be more financially responsible. So that's one of the benefits we've seen a lot, right, Shane?
Yes. And one of the things that I'll ask my clients right out of the gate is, are you serious about buying a home? And if the answer is yes, then I know that there are many different things, different avenues that we can go down and making sure that you get to your final destination, which is to be a homeowner, to have your keys for your own home and be able to live in it without having to worry about what a landlord is going to call you up or text you and tell you what has to happen next month because they're moving back into their own home. Folks, this is we want to make this as simple and as smooth as possible. And look at what's happening right now. You are in your own home, on the road, whatever. We're not even in the same room, and you are having this video open house, virtual open house available to you. And we've got a lot to share with you, and we're excited for everything that D.R. Horton has available at this community and that we get to share it with you. And we want to hear from you. We want to know what questions you have and how we can assist you moving forward. But my goodness, when it comes to saving you money, again, that's one of our top priorities.
Absolutely. And Shane, you bring up a great point, man. It boils down to not only are they getting the virtual open house where they get to see the inventory, but we're pretty much giving everyone a home buying seminar right now. If you hadn't thought
Yeah.
about it, we're going to not only share inventory, we're going to not share some of the best inventory you've ever seen and talk about specials and incentives for new builds, which everyone wants to see. We're also going to educate you on this entire process while you're on this call. So no matter what you're looking for, or whether it's now or 6 months from now, we love to tell people it's not a matter of if, but when. We don't tell you no, we tell you how. And the bottom line is we're on your timeline. So,
and I just want to add specifically with DR Horton as the builder, and they have a actual program through their lender, DHI Mortgage, where if your credit score is lower, then they're actually they've got parameters, but for like $30 to $40, you can be enrolled into this program, and they're going to help you and guide you and tell you what steps to take to get you in position. So you've got so many people on your side throughout this whole process. It's awesome.
It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yep. Yeah. And as Shane is talking, that the program is $39 one time, and it's like a $2,500 credit repair service or credit enhancement. I don't even want to call it credit, because they also include coaching, how to get you prepared, how to make sure that your credit stays where it needs to be, make sure that you have money to keep in savings. They want to make sure that when you apply for one of their homes, they're doing everything in their power to help you out. Now, I will tell you, they go the extra mile for veterans like nobody's business. We just had a client with 100% disability, came into town from California, and his credit score, the couple's credit score, somewhere around 559, just like a 559, 560. They were able to take a certain amount of funds because of this person's situation, pay that for them, and they were able to get them qualified at the same 4.99 interest rate. So if you're wondering, like, how much can we help you? How much do we know? We have great relationships with builders and stuff that we get that other people don't know, because we've done this for so many years. We've been at this for at least 6-7 years each, and this is our forte. Now, do we know about pre-owned? Of course we do. We can't be new build specialists without being experts at pre-owned too. So if that becomes your final destination, you're like, hey, I looked at everything. I don't like how close the home's together. I can't find a half acre lot without spending 3 times the amount of money. Well, then guess what? We're going to make sure that we take care of that for you too. But ultimately, we save buyers thousands of dollars up front and over time. We want to make sure that you know that we're worth what we are basically asking for in our commission, which brings us up to our next point here, which I'll try to get into it without being too technical. Maybe I'll just have to read it directly from the screen, but it's buyer agency. Now, if you haven't heard about what's going on in the news, and you may soon, and rather than hear it from someone else, we'd rather you hear it from us. Under the new 2004 NAR consumer settlement, it's required that we have a signed disclosure prior to touring homes with any realtor. So if you guys are looking at touring, you got to sign a form. There's a short form, there's a long form, but of course we're going to explain the whole thing. Now, our virtual open house allows us to share some helpful information and resources, so you're not trying to navigate this home buying process alone. Our buyer reps negotiate with the seller reps, including the buyer agents, or correction, the builder agents, because they're looking out for them. No one's really looking out for you. And that's what our job is. So we're going to negotiate with the seller rep for favorable terms to ensure you get the lowest monthly payment, come with less to the closing table, as well as inform you about rebates, student loan forgiveness, as we mentioned already. What about rent to own, or even down payment assistance? So if you'd like to go on a test drive tour, we actually have a voucher that we're going to include with this entire, for anyone that's on the call, anyone that we send this to that you register with us prior to, we're going to send this information out to you. And then we'll be able to go through the home buying process with you on that tour. And all we're going to do is send an agreement for you to review and execute. And there's no obligation. You don't have to stick with us after the tour. But we're actually going to give you a voucher for, guess what, a 3-day, 2-night vacation stay. So if you finish the tour with us, you get that in the drawing just for finishing it. There's no obligation to pay anything. We're not looking for a down payment. We're not looking for a deposit. That's simply for just going through the tour and allowing us to share with you exactly how we can help you. So we establish a clear written agreement outlining our entire compensation and details, and we can begin touring homes together with no obligation. Again, that's our free, no obligation test drive. We like to tell people, keep your checkbooks at home.
Keep your checkbooks at home. Absolutely.
Now, if you have a credit card on you or something like that, and you love a home or something, that's on you. We're gonna let you convince us that you want to purchase something, not the other way around. So, all right, so we'll move on from there, and here's some of the things that you'll get from some of these free resources. Shane, how valuable are these resources?
So like I was saying earlier, this is such a major decision and such a major change in your life for the better. You want to make sure that you know the numbers, you know what the costs are surrounding this purchase, and making sure that, again, you're keeping as much money in your pocket as possible, in your bank as possible. And so everything that we have to offer, including our rebate program and the home equity analysis, you are going to know what it's going to cost you now overall, and also how much you're going to save in the end, because you are building equity versus paying somebody else's mortgage. So yes, this is absolutely invaluable information for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for staying to the end with us, obviously we're going to go over our pre-listing, pre-buyer presentation package. We'll give you kind of a glimpse of what that's going to look like, but basically we'll send you a link. You click the link and all these resources will be in that link for you. Very easy to find, very easy to read, but the pre-listing, pre-buyer presentation package, we want to make sure that you understand that journey, whether it's buying and selling or one or the other. It's really up to you depending on what your situation is. There's a home affordability calculator. A lot of times people don't realize just how much home they can afford. And sometimes you don't even want to use that amount. And a lot of times without going to a lender, which a lot of people, I understand, if you're working with a realtor and the realtor is refusing to give you any clue what you could qualify for or how to help you get ready to purchase a home, then you probably don't want to go to their lender because you feel like you were just blown off. We get it. We see it all the time. So rather than have that happen, we send you an affordability calculator. You look at it and we tell you, hey, if it gets up to about 50% debt to income ratio, and this will make sense when you click on that and look at it. But if it says 50% and you can afford up to $2,500 a month, that's probably what you get approved for. So how much house does that add up to? It's not the same, because whatever the taxes are in certain communities, that's going to be a different price, because they add principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So when the taxes are different, the same priced home, the same sales price is going to cost you more or less based on the taxes. Well, guess what else? The interest rate. So if you're looking at the going rates right now, which are in the sixes, maybe high fives, and then you find one for 3.99 or 2.99, then guess what? All that's going to come and be an advantage to you, because it's going to lower the monthly payment for the same priced home. But all of that stuff's going to be covered for you. We're sharing that with you now. So when you look at the calculator, it doesn't fool you and you're going, well, I don't want to spend $2,500. Well, you don't have to. You might find that same home with a more comfortable payment. And of course, you get to make the final decision. If you don't want to spend more than $2,200 or $2,000, that's your call. And if someone's pushing you to say, well, my lender said, or your lender sent us a pre-approval that says you're qualified for $500,000. Well, you're like, yeah, that's great, but what is a monthly payment? So that's one of the things that a lot of realtors refuse to share with you. We want to make sure you understand monthly payment drives anyone who's financing. If you got cash, a little bit different. But if you're financing a home, the monthly payment matters way more. And I'm sure you know that. So we're experts on the process of buying, not just pushing homes in front of you. We don't show you homes. We share information so you make the decision.
I just want to reiterate what you just said, Julian, is yes, you get pre-approved for X number of dollars. Does that mean you have to spend that much? You've got to borrow that much money and take on the payment that comes with it? Absolutely not. And we want to make it clear, both of us are here to find what is comfortable for you for monthly payment, where you want to own your home, and including the safety and the surrounding areas, and making sure that it's the right home for you. Please understand that there are many people that have the real estate license. They all don't work and act the same. And I want to just reiterate the fact that when it comes to Julian and I, the virtual open house guys, we are actually here to find the solutions that's best for you, not somebody else, not
Absolutely.
somebody else.
Absolutely.
And that's important to just underscore as we're moving.
You're absolutely right, Shane. And we love to tell people this over and over again. It's always going to be based on your budget, the location you most prefer, and your time frame. We're on your time frame. If we're in a builder that's kind of pushy and they're like trying to convince you, because they're salespeople, that's why you want representation. And you're getting uncomfortable, you're not sure about these sales tactics they're using, and we're like, okay, we've seen enough. We're going to have a little signal, and we'll tell you, like, when we get the little signal, we're going to cut them off, walk you out over to maybe the other side of the new home in the kitchen area and say, how do you feel about this? And if you say, I'm getting sick to my stomach, we're going to convey that message to them as we escort you back to the car and go look at other builders or other homes. We're never going to have anyone put you under the kind of pressure that you see when you're not represented. And we see it a lot.
I just want to add, I've had it where we're in the same office, my clients, the sales counselor, myself, and my clients ask the sales counselor to leave the room so we can talk further before they make a decision.
That's it. That's exactly right. And you want to be that person. I'll tell the phrase I love to use, and I teach my agents this is, hey, we're going to huddle up really quick. We'll get back to you in a minute. So they're like, okay. I'm like, does that mean I need to leave? Pretty much. Or we will leave, but one way or the other, we need some privacy. But they get it. Hey, we need to huddle up really quick, and then we'll get back to you here in a minute. And they're like, oh, gotcha. Let me give you guys some space. And then we know, like, what do you think? This isn't the one. No, we love this one. Okay, well, hey, what we can do is we can see what they're offering, and then we're going to try to ask for even more. We can do that. You definitely can. With our relationships, we know exactly what to ask for and what not to, and how far we can take it. In the end, the bottom line is to get you the best value possible by saving you the most dollars upfront and over time. So with that, of course, we have our mini video course, the client appreciation rebates. And we're going to talk about how that works, because if they offer us more, especially the builders, they tend to offer a lot more commission. You might hear about sellers not offering buyer commission when it's a pre-owned home. And in those situations, then we're looking at how we can get that fee from you, or we're going to negotiate as much as we can. And you can even tell us to walk away from some of these pre-owned home sellers who aren't willing to offer a commission to your agent. You can say, hey, if they're not willing to offer you anything, we don't have the money to do it. Because in our minds, it's really not fair when the person who bought that house used the equity from the previous seller to get their costs covered, their buyer agent covered, their down payment covered, or not necessarily down payment, but some of their closing costs covered. A lot of the stuff they got covered through the equity in the property of the previous owner, but they're not willing to pass on the favor. To us, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to ask. And if you say, hey, they don't want to help out, then we're going to look somewhere else. But that's up to you guys. If you're like, no, we actually like this house so much, then whatever we need to do, whatever you guys can negotiate and get, great, we'll cover the difference. Then that's, again, this is what the industry is asking us to do. Legally, we need to protect the consumer. It's always been looking out for your interest above our own. And now every realtor has to do that. Shane and I have been doing this as long as we've been in this business, but now everybody is having to do it. So if you hear these weird conversations going on, at least now you'll know why. So, all right, moving forward. A little bit about the San Antonio area. So if you've been in San Antonio for a while and just don't know where Riverstone is, we'll point that out. And then for anyone who's relocating, yeah, this is San Antonio. So Shane, you see the Riverstone by D.R. Horton over there. What?
That's how big this community is, guys. It's actually on the map.
Literally, right? It's literally on the map, and it's now like a landmark for San Antonio, which is interesting because if you look at this entire map, we didn't put that on there. That's how big the community is. It's going to have what, close to 5,000 homes,
something like that. It's their flagship community, D.R. Horton's flagship community here in San Antonio. So that tells you something.
Yeah. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, it's right here. So it's on the northwest side of town, or what some call the far west side. So if you're looking, this is a community. It's rapidly growing. Everything to this side is growing like crazy. There's communities even further west, but this is really close to a major highway, 1604. And I'll go over this really quick for people who are maybe out of town and looking to come this way. But 410 is the inner loop. This is where the historic parts of San Antonio are within side 1604. If you're looking from the military standpoint, you got Randolph Air Force here, you got Fort Sam Houston here toward the center of town, and then you got Lackland. So it's a diagonal for where the bases are. Now there's a couple other bases that are not as well known. We have like Camp Bullis, Camp Stanley, bunch of guard and reserve units and stuff like that. But they're all here. We used to be Brook City base was over here. Kelly Airfield is over here. They're all kind of co-located with Lackland. I think Lackland's here and Kelly and those other ones are here. But for anyone who's military, that's what you can expect when you see here. That's now Joint Base San Antonio. Me and Shane are both veterans. So if you're wondering how we know and how we keep up with this stuff, because we had to kind of live the life just like any other veterans out there. And so we want to stay in the know with our fellow veterans and be able to share this information with you guys. Anything else you want to add about San Antonio's map there, Shane?
I want to say that as San Antonio is continuing to grow, you're going to have more and more options on where you want to live in a new home. And Riverstone is one of those great options, not only because of the different options in the community, but also what is happening around the community. There is growth going on all around it for your betterment, including a hospital that's just maybe a couple miles now.
It is.
That's close to being done, and then all kinds of different restaurants and shops and everything. You will not be disappointed. That's for sure.
And
I
right.
can't wait to show more of this.
Yep. So with all that being said, guess what, guys? Me and Shane are going to probably not be talking nearly as much. That might be good or bad for some folks, but guess what? You're now going to start to get to see this amazing community. Like I said, it turns out that this is almost a 2-in-1. You're getting a home buying seminar and you get a virtual tour, all from sitting at your home without having to leave the comfort of your home and wherever your favorite chair is. You get to do all of that and take a look at all these different things. So the first thing we're going to look at is our community center here at Riverstone. And this is one of two.
I'm Megan Wallace. I am at D.R. Horton, America's Builder Riverstone at West Point. I am one of the new home specialists here, and I am here to tell you about Riverstone at West Point and all it has to offer. Riverstone at West Point is D.R. Horton's flagship neighborhood. We offer 5 different series of homes. What's nice about our location is we are just minutes from Wiseman, right off Tally. So you're minutes away from the Alamo Ranch shopping area, SeaWorld, get downtown quickly in about 20-30 minutes. We have a lot of homeowners that are at Lackland or even Fort Sam, so you really can access San Antonio easily from this location. You can get to the La Cantera Rim area in about 20-25 minutes, so you don't have to be going in traffic for 20 minutes just to get to a major highway. So it's definitely a plus. We also have 211, which is 5 minutes away from here as well. So there's a lot of different access points you can get to as far as for traveling and commuting. We're also in the desirable Northside ISD School District. We just had our elementary school, Chumley Elementary, open up. And then we also are going to have 2 amazing amenity centers. When you buy a Riverstone at West Point, you're not just buying into a neighborhood with a pool and a park, you're buying into a lifestyle that you don't get offered at many different communities. The one that we have now has a 24-hour gym. You'll have easy access for your busy lifestyle, so you can go to the gym when you need to. We also offer a community room where they do a lot of events and activities for the residents. We have a full-time staff here, one being a lifestyle director where she just creates events and activities for the residents. So every month there is a calendar of awesome things that you can do for everybody at every stage of life. If it's wind down Wednesdays or activities for the kids' night out, a luau, there's always something for everybody. And then we have a second amenity center that is under construction. It's slated to be ready spring 2025. We'll be over 6 acres. We will have a lazy river, more water slides, another separate pool area with cabanas, another gym. We'll have a great lawn where I imagine they would do live music, movies under the stars, a basketball court, and a pickleball court as well. So you don't have to figure out what you're going to do on the weekend. You'll have it right here in your community. I'm Megan.
Wow.
Yeah. I just want to reiterate, there's already an existing amenity center, as you saw there, which is absolutely gorgeous, and that's it right there. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got a huge pool. That's a huge pool, and
Yep.
and a place for the kiddos and all of that. A playground behind that, so that's already there with the water slide. That if you have an event that you want to host there, plus having that staff, HOA staff, that's
Unbelievable,
really,
right? I mean, your own
really
director of activities, right? It's crazy.
absolutely. And the fact that they're planning all that they plan, so you've already got that there. Now they're going to have a 6-acre amenity center, 6 acres, folks.
With a
And I
lazy
know
river.
they're still under construction, but that lazy river and everything, man, I can't wait to get in there myself.
Absolutely. There you go. There you go. All right. So with all that being said, and just as Shane's talking about, this community has so much to offer. But now we're going to showcase those 5 different floor plans that Megan was telling us about. And she'll be basically, you'll hear again. But if you have questions or anything like that, be sure to fire those questions in the comment section, and we'll answer them after each one. But hopefully we can cover as much of that without having to go off topic or anything like that. But again, today we're going to be showcasing D.R. Horton Homes, and they're in the Riverstone community. The first one is the Express home, the X30, the traditional homes, their farmhouse homes, and then they have a 60-foot product. So they start at 30-foot foundation or 30-foot lot sizes to 60-foot, and this is what you're going to see in that range. And they, of course, as you see here, you're going to explore a wide array of 1- and 2-story floor plans here. They range anywhere from 1186 to 3,500 square feet. And of course, anywhere from 2 to 5 bedrooms, 1.5 to 3.5 bath, and 1 to 3 car garages. So there's something for everybody, right, Shane?
Absolutely.
All right. See what's up. All right, here's the first one. The first series, again, is the Express series.
Our newest series that we have just introduced to Riverstone at West Point is our new Express series, which I can give you an idea. We start at 1186 square feet up to 2009 square feet right now, and pretty much everything from 238 to a 280 price range. Anywhere from 3-bedroom, 2-bath up to a 5-bedroom, 3 full bath as well. And in that series, we offer just as many included features as we do in our other ones. So you're gonna have full sprinkler system, landscaping, stainless steel appliances. You're gonna have the window treatments, the faux blinds are included. So you're still gonna have all the features that you would want in any of our other series. They're included.
All right, so that's one of the series.
Yeah, so this series is for those first-time home buyers, is for those that are downsizing. This is a great option, and really will help you with your monthly budget for sure. These are available right now in Riverstone. So let's check out this next one.
All right, and this is our X30 series.
And our next series up is going to be, we call it our X30 series, to kind of give you an idea. 2-car garage, kind of similar finishes as the series I just talked about previously. You have some masonry on the front. Again, you'll have 2-car garage. Same as far as irrigation, all landscaping. And that series, the square footage ranges from 1,296 square feet to just under 2,500. And what's kind of neat in that series as well is we offer some floor plans where you have that mother-in-law suite down with a full bathroom. So you really have something that every family member that needs to be there or come visit too. And that price point, $299 to about $360.
So
All right,
this one,
that's the X30.
Yep, you're in that X30 series. You have the 2-car garage, and you're still having that lower budget.
Yep. So those are in the 200s up to 3s, and then I think the next series we have is the traditional.
Our D.R. Horton traditional series. This ranges from our Tory plan, which is 1442 square feet, up to our Landry, which is 2678 square feet. So we have anything from a 3-bedroom to 5, 3.5 bath. We do a lot of inventory in this series. I'm ready for move-in as well. You're going to see a lot of included features as well. You'll have the luxury vinyl plank. This is a 35-foot wide home on a 45-foot wide lot. You'll see a step shower as well in the master. So our incentives change frequently, but right now we are offering amazing incentives. We have interest rates as low as 2.99 starting out the first year and ending at 4.99 fixed. We also have as low as 4.5%. That's year 1 through 30. And then we have some great conventional options as low as 5.5% interest rate fixed. We're also offering closing costs.
All right, outstanding.
Yeah, that is a large 1-story, 1901 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths with a 2-car garage. Fabulous floor space for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing we haven't talked about a lot, and we'll get into this after this last 2 series, but everything's included with D.R. Horton.
Yes.
All right, and this next one, yep. And the next one is the farmhouse.
So we are the #1 builder since 2002. We continue to build quality home with great craftsmanship. We also are offering homes and styles for every stage of life, for the first-time home buyer to the active adult to someone looking for their next luxury home. The next series is going to be our newer farmhouse series. So in this series, we do have floor plans where you have the primary and another bedroom down as well. And that goes up to 2716 square feet. Price point right around $400 to $415 on the ones that are available in our inventory. So our incentives change frequently, but right now we are offering amazing incentives. We have interest rates as low as 2.99 starting out the first year and ending at 4.99 fixed. We also have as low as 4.5%. That's year 1 through 30. And then we have some great conventional options as low as 5.5% interest rate fixed. We're also offering closing costs with our DHI mortgage lender.
So we weren't kidding, folks, when we say there's a wide array of homes available in this community. And some of the things that you can look forward to is the fact that you're not going to have to spend extra money on a blinds for the home. Most of the time, the garage door opener comes with the home, the plumb for a water softener, that sort of thing. So just keep that in mind as we're looking at these videos. The other thing too is that some of these floor plans you're just going to be amazed at the different options that you have with, like Megan was saying, with even the mother-in-law suite downstairs with the primary suite. It's wonderful,
Final
the different floor
start
plans.
at 360 to about 470. Final series, these start at 360 to about 475. And this series, all of them are on 60-foot wide lots. You're going to have either a full 3-car garage or a 2-car garage with a bump out for extra storage. That's all standard on either one on these plans. You'll have one or the other. As far as some of the finishes, you will see upgraded flooring, tile that looks like wood, iron railing, high ceilings, separate tub shower as well. So you have the garden tub, stand-up shower. And we've really upgraded a lot of the finishes as well that you'll notice. And then, of course, the lot size, you have a wider lot than most, or that you see standard. So our incentives change frequently, but right now we are offering amazing incentives. We have interest rates as low as 2.99 starting out the first year and ending at 4.99 fixed. We also have as low as 4.5%. That's year 1 through 30. And then we have some great conventional options as low as 5.5% interest rate fixed. We're also offering closing costs with our DHI mortgage lender.
There you have it, folks. That's five different series of homes in one community. Is that amazing or what, Julian?
I mean, absolutely, man. I mean, we're looking at 5 different series of homes, everything from, your startup homes to anyone who wants to upgrade or downsize. It's all available in this community. And after you add that to the amenity centers that the 2 of them that we looked at that will be available by the end of next year for both. I mean, what else could you ask for? So.
Absolutely. And then you have the brand new elementary school. So that really cuts a lot of time off your commute. So you don't even have to leave the community with for those folks that have the kiddos in elementary school. That's just such a
unbelievable, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so when you think about what's going on in these communities, you're thinking, okay, all that sounds great. All of this that you've shared with us, I mean, it sounds like, you guys are doing a good job of selling, right? Like, well, no, we're literally educating. We don't sell. The big difference for us is we're going to basically share with you everything you need to know to get into a home. But our value comes in being able to find things that no one else can, by sharing information with you that no one else can, by getting those interest rates that nobody else can figure out, how to help you with their credit, how to help you with student loans. We've even helped people expedite their divorce decrees because they needed to have that set up to show the right amount of income and debt before they could get approved. And if it wasn't for the expedition of that decree, they would have missed out on, probably $30,000 worth of equity in a property because they would have to give it back if we hadn't had that taken care of. So when we talk about how we can help, we have a ton of ways. But guess what? One of the best things we can do for you is we find the incentives that are on the market on pre-marketed homes, off-marketed homes. A lot of these homes are in the new build communities. And the great thing about the incentives with the new builds is they offer us commissions. So we're not trying to negotiate with the seller of a pre-owned home and try to figure out if they're going to pass on that equity or not. The builders do that without question. And sometimes if the homes have been sitting on the market for a while and they're trying to hurry up and move them, they're going to reach out to realtors and say, hey, thanks for doing your marketing. Thanks for doing these things like virtual open houses. Thanks for running these Facebook ads. Thanks for running all over the city, doing open houses live and doing all these things, meeting us, making these contacts, all the things that you guys do as realtors, the real realtors out there who know what they're doing and know how to market for builders. For you guys, we want to offer you 7% commission to get people out here. Now, guess what we can do with that 7%? We can pass on some of it back to you. The more they offer us, the more we can offer you if required. See, our number one goal is for you to see, like if you were to do a pre-owned home and it's going to cost you $28,000 out of your pocket and your monthly payment is going to be $2,800, how we can reduce that $28,000 down to $8,000, and your monthly payment drops by $400. So now you're at $2,400 and only having to give up $8,000 out of your pocket. I think you guys can see our value. Now let's say that $8,000 is still $3,000 over your budget. Well, if they give us a commission of 7%, yes, we're going to help you with closing. We can't do anything for the down payment side. It's just we can't by law, but we can help with a little bit of the closing costs. And of course, the more they help us, the more we can help you guys. But guess what? Before we get to that point, you see what they're offering here for this month of August in 2024. A garage door opener. It says pick 2. A garage door opener, washer and dryer, fridge, and 3 ceiling fans. Okay, that's great. But Shane, are we going to try to get more than that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My goodness. This is, folks, when we say we're on your side, we're on your side. So we love our relationships with the builders here in San Antonio, and we love to share the insight like this to our clients and making sure that they really can walk away from signing that contract saying, yeah, I'm being taken care of. I've never been treated like this. And have we not heard that time and time again, Julian?
Yeah, all the time.
I've never been treated like this. Never been treated like this.
And that's how it has to be. You know, a lot of times they're like, well, no one else talks like this. They literally pawn us off on a lender, or they'll tell us they don't know enough, or they just sit there idly and they don't realize they can help. Well, you're right. Not all realtors are the same. So we're not going to try to make it a simple process because we know it's not. We will make it simple for you, but our side, you know, it's going to seem seamless. We try to help locate, we negotiate, and we facilitate a smooth process. There's so many things that can go wrong in transactions. Everything from title issues, everything from inspection issues, everything from the financing side. Sometimes the builders have issues, the construction. I mean, anything and everything could happen. But guess who fixes all those problems for you? The virtual open house guys. We'll take care of all of that stuff. Shane and I will not leave any stone unturned. And for instance, as we were talking about this 7%, hey, we're going to say pick 2. We're going to say, how about we pick all 4? And if they say, yeah, we can give you 3 out of the 4, then we're going to take part of that 7% and we're going to get you a fridge. If you don't want if you say, hey, well, how do we do that? Well, we can offer you a gift card at the end after the process, after you close and get your keys and you're on your way to your home and you're like, well, what can I do? We can offer you, we can't give cash or cash equivalent, but we can give you a gift card for as much as that $3,000 refrigerator. And you're like, well, hey, that would be nicer than the $1,800 when they were going to charge us $3,000 for. It sure is. We're going to let you pick the one you want with a gift card from Home Depot or Lowe's or Best Buy or whatever it is you need. So whatever we try to get you, if for some reason they're offering these incentives and they have something similar to this, we're going to try to use whatever extra we can to help you out. Now, of course, we have to share this with our broker. And all the people that are on part of our team. So we can't like just give away every dollar we make, but the more they offer us, the more we can help you guys. And that's the key to using builders over some of these other ones, and why we always like to share their inventory.
The other thing too, I want to say to add here is that for those folks that can take advantage of 100% financing, normally that's going to be those that have VA home loan eligibility available to them. You can literally, in these situations, put down your earnest money, and it can be $500,000, $2,000, whatever the case may be, according to that particular community. And literally, when the builder, their lender is covering the closing cost, time and time again, I've had clients see this for themselves. They actually close on their home and get their earnest money back. Is that amazing or what?
And we see that
is possible right now. Right now.
And we see that all the time, Shane, right? Like they're shocked. They're like, you guys said you could literally find us 0 down and low to no closing costs. We thought you were making it up. Old bait and switch. We're like, no. Not only that, but your earnest money will sometimes come back to you. So when we tell people, if you're looking for a rental and you're thinking about buying a rental home or leasing another rental home, and we're thinking, Well, that could be anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000. And even if you didn't have to get your earnest money back, you might only have to come out with $2,000 to $3,000. Wouldn't you rather own a home for $2,000 to $3,000 out of your pocket versus having to spend almost $5,000 to get into another rental and have to deal with someone else's problems? To me, it's not worth it. And then the warranties, without even getting into that, they got the 1, 2, 10, meaning it's bumper to bumper the first year, the structural and everything between the walls on the second year, and then 10 years is foundation and the entire structure. So if you're thinking about like, what's the difference? Well, do you really want to inherit someone else's problems, or do you want to see someone else that's responsible for taking care of that for everything for you from the first year through the second year and then overall for 10 years? I think most people would want someone to do it for them. Absolutely.
My goodness, you get into a new home, no one has lived in it. You get new appliances, the warranty that comes with it from the manufacturers also. And they have situations where you can actually extend those warranties, including your HVAC system, which you really need to rely on here in San Antonio.
Right.
And then on top of that, you get a warranty through the builder. Fantastic. And that's a lot of relief for those folks that are taking a big step into home ownership or buying their first new home, for sure.
You got it. Yep. And so when you think about everything that Shane and I are sharing with you, yes, we have these relationships with builders to make sure we can take care of you, and first and foremost, and then obviously make sure we take care of those payments. So you see here, like, we didn't want to reveal it too much, but 3.99. And now that will last, I think, if I read this right, through September 30th, but only on certain homes. So you got to make sure if it's already if the inventory is available and it's able to be finished by a certain time frame, they can offer this rate. And with the builders, they, instead of a 45-day rate lock, a lot of times it's going to be twice that long. So as long as the home is within 60 to 90 days of being built, this rate is going to be yours. It's not going to shock you 3 months down the road and they go, yeah, rates climbed up and now they're at 4.99 and your payment changes, you're no longer eligible, or you don't want to make that payment. So the great thing about working with certain builders, and D.R. Horton's one of our favorites, because they do have this program where they buy the rates in bulk and they keep them at that point for 3 months. We know that when we say you can get it at this interest rate, it's not going to change on you. And that's a big deal to us. We want to make sure that we're sharing the information that's correct at the time, not today and then different tomorrow. And we know with D.R. Horton that is going to be the case. Right, Shane?
Yes, absolutely. I do want to also add that when you go under contract for a new home, you are actually going under contract for that specific home that you have laid your eyes on. If that home is 123 Main Street, you're going to see your contract, and it's going to list 123 Main Street. Okay, it is very important that you are aware of what the different aspects of the home buying process are, but you are also at ease knowing that everything's going to be on paper. None of us are going to sit here and say something and it not become fact here.
That's right.
It has to be on paper, and you can be at ease. I've heard all kinds of wild stories from folks that are looking to buy a home, and I'm just wanting to hear me right now. You can put your mind at ease that you are going under contract for a specific home. The address will be there. It's the one that you like. Just know that.
Yep. We're here to make sure you're taken care of. That's the bottom line. And no one does it better than Shane and I when it comes to new builds. And that's why we're presenting this information to you. So hopefully you've seen enough where you understand just how much we're going to look out for you. And, to wrap that up and make sure you realize, like, hey, it's just not all about us. We're actually willing to do a drawing for you guys. We got one Starbucks gift card to give away today. There was I think we had about 8 people sign up and registered. Not that there won't be more that are able to take advantage of our vacation stay. Again, if you do the touring, there's some free resources we talked about. That'll all come to you after the virtual open house. But right now, we're going to pick a Starbucks winner, Starbucks gift card winner. And Shane, you haven't seen the next slide, right?
Right.
All right. So what we're gonna do? I know there's 8 people that registered. He doesn't know who they are, and they're none of our family members. So
That's good. Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask Shane to pick a number between 1 and 8. And just once he gives us that number, then we'll know who our winner is.
I'm going to ask Siri. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 8. Picked 4.
Number 4. So let's see who our lucky winner is. Donna Doran. Donna Doran, you're our winner for the Starbucks gift card.
All right. All right, Donna. Congratulations. Boy, without even leaving your house, probably,
There you go.
right?
That's pretty crazy, right? Don't even have to leave your house with a Starbucks gift card. Don't have to spend any gas. So this actually will be worth the $10 or $15, $20, whatever you get. Hopefully you don't have to try to subtract your gas money from the amount of the gift card, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's something you got to look at right now.
Yep, absolutely. Well, awesome. I mean, I think everybody who's part of this, and if you catch us in the replay, that's totally fine. But I think you'll see the value, and of course, all the resources we will attach to the same place where we send all of the free resources. The free resources, you'll also see the replay and a way to contact us if you want to take advantage of anything that we've shared with you today. So with that, guys, we covered when you sign with us, what the biggest differences are. The new buyer agency requirements, as we mentioned before, that's kind of a big deal. We want to make sure that everyone knows that we're super transparent. Shane and I will even share with you what we're making in commission and how we can use it to help. Again, our biggest goal is to literally have you keep so much money in your pocket based on what you would have paid on a pre-owned, that you see the value of why we get what we get and how we can, in turn help you out. From there, all the free resources that are available. We talked about the city of San Antonio in the map for if anyone was curious where the community was, or if you're out of state and you're looking to relocate. And don't forget the Riverstone Amenity Center. Man, Shane, that thing is incredible, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
more to come, right?
Yeah, more to come, and be ready for that, guys, because this won't be the only D.R. Horton community we cover, but Riverstone was the one we covered today. So we did the showcase. We talked about the inventory. Well, we haven't talked completely about the inventory, so we'll touch on that for a second. But we did touch on the incentives and the earnest money. How many homes are available right now in that particular community and all of D.R. Horton across the city?
Well, there are many, many homes still available right now in Riverstone, and we're talking about price down to $238,000. Yes, you heard that right, $238,000, and they're in all different series. Like you saw the different videos, different series available, and it goes all the way up to see in the 400s, and that's for again a different series. But these are we're talking about 20, 40 homes. It's quite a bit just in Riverstone right now as part of their inventory, and I know some of those are move-in ready next 30 to 45 days, 60 days, whatever. But these homes are available now. We take advantage of all these awesome incentives, and
Absolutely.
plus what we have to offer for you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up here, but I'm sure you guys got a lot of great nuggets out of this from Shane and I. This is basically a joy for us to share this information, because with our level of expertise, we're going to help as many people as possible to achieve the dream of home ownership. That's really our goal, and to do it in the way that makes it most affordable for you on, again, your budget, your favorite location, and on your time frame.
That's right.
All right.
Hey,
until next time.
Until next time.
Yep.
This is the virtual open house, guys. Have a great weekend.
Out here.